there, and welcome back everyone to our Star Wars Plus live reaction of Obi-Wan Kenobi, titled
The High Ground.
Part 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to the live roasting of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Literally. Last time in Part 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi was set on fire. Because, Vader, he be like that. He loves his dramatics, and we knew he would roast Obi-Wan the first chance he got. Again, literally.
They also took a ride from a guy named Freck, played by Zach Braff, who we kept mistaking as Seth Rogen.
Can you blame us? That sounded nothing like him.
But yeah, I've been obviously listening, as I said before, to the Fake Doctors Real Friends podcast. They were talking about his experience with shooting, and what amazes me too is obviously Donald was upset at first, but then he's also happy for his friend getting in. And being the Star Wars massive fan that he was like really looking forward and excited watching it with his kids, and then his kids kind of fell out of watching Mandalorian and everything.
It's a shame.
But apparently his kids love Zach. When Cheaper by the Dozen came out, they fawned over that. And then when they found out that Zach was going to be in the last Obi-Wan, they started watching again.
I mean, honestly, it is more fun to watch something when you know the person in it. I always felt that way watching The Goodfellas because my dad personally went to school with Ray Liotta, so I felt like that kind of connection. I know, bad timing on that, but rest in peace.
Not just that, but your dad's actual feelings towards Ray Liotta.
He thought he was a jerk. Called him Pizza Face. Again, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's more fun when you know there are people in there. I know we've had a friend of ours who was a background person in one of the Creed movies. That's honestly how we started watching Creed. Otherwise, we wouldn't have of our own volition. And trust me, the Creed movies are great. I recommend them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, today we are talking about Obi-Wan. Because like we said, last time he ran into Vader, got his ass whooped big time, and roasted. Unfortunately, Leia got kidnapped again by the third sister.
Speaking of, once again, we have to say this. Stop with the death threats. Stop giving Moses Ingram shit. Again, it's an actress playing a character.
You're supposed to dislike her.
Mm-hmm.
Don't equate it with real life.
And whatever you think of her performance as it's no. I mean, you even have Ewan McGregor calling the fans out and saying, if you are giving her shit, you're no fan.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yes.
It's like, oh no, we have a black woman in Star Wars. That's the worst thing since the last black person we had in Star Wars. And the last black person before that. And the last black person before that. And oh yeah, by the way, Vader's voiced by a black person. How awful. Oh god. The horror.
Can we seriously knock it off already? I mean, I know I'm asking a lot. And I know I could beg, plead, and steal, and they'll still find somebody to hate on in the next one, because that's how Star Wars fans do, or Star Wars fans.
Honestly, if they take gripe with that, they miss the entire point of Star Wars, who are fighting against the giant empire, who are basically supremacists, who fight against creatures of the entire galaxy, of which there are over like 20 million different species. Like, you don't see the irony in that? Really?
People are saying, it's like, if you think that these people ruined Star Wars and ruined your childhood was not good.
Nope.
And you
were a dumb child at that.
You know what? Star Wars outgrew you, or went to a different audience, and you just failed to comprehend that. Alright, now I'll step off my soapbox. I've said my piece.
Yes, because today we are going to see exactly what it is that Obi-Wan plans to do now that Leia is in the actual clutches of the Empire. Because before we knew that they had a hand behind it, but that was mostly just to draw Obi-Wan out. But now she is basically being captured by Vader's right-hand man. And that is bad for a number of reasons. And I know it's mostly to lure Obi-Wan in, but something tells me that we might get a retcon or two in terms of Leia's parentage. I don't know if they'll go that route, because it might really fuck up continuity, but Since when has Star Wars really cared about continuity, let's face it. So with that being said, let's get started and start part 4, where we see what happens when Obi-Wan launches his plan. And play.
And of course I want to acknowledge James Earl Jones.
I heard a lot of people saying that it was fake, that they deep faked his voice or something that's not actually him. I call bullshit, honestly.
The point is, they recaptured that pant-shittingly terrifying aspect of Vader that kept me up at night as a child after seeing Empire.
It works regardless. Does Vader have to choke a bitch? That bitch is you, Obi-Wan. Also, I can't believe I didn't recognize her. I know who plays Talia. She was in Game of Thrones. She played the character Ilaria Sands, and it's funny because her character was the lover of Pedro Pascal's character, meaning she's technically the Mandalorian's lover.
Oh, they're just adding willy-nilly all droids and stuff to this. It's like, stop. It's long enough. Stop being Marvel. I sound like a whiny, complaining Star Wars fan. I know, but...
Why do I taste burnt sand? I'm really surprised he was able to drag his ass out of there. We're gonna see a naked Obi-Wan. Or is he gonna be like Luke and be like that diaper thing?
Alright, Obi-Wan, I guess we need to do a flashback sequence now of you and the Tusken Raiders.
Are they both in back of tanks right now? This is awkward. Two bros chilling in the back of the tank, 6 feet apart because they're not gay. Yeah, he's got the diaper on.
Your burns, your body, they just need time.
That'd be so disorienting being that thing.
Where's Leia?
About that. Meanwhile, in the giant butt plug.
You can't keep me here. My father is Bail Organa. He's the senator.
I think they know that.
I am a princess of Alderaan.
I think they know that.
The Empire doesn't take kindly to Jedi sympathizers.
He will come for me.
County limit.
Who's Obi-Wan?
See, now Leia knows that he's Obi-Wan.
You put us all in danger.
I need your help.
So does every kid making a rock float from here to Coruscant.
Someone very important to me has been taken. I need your help to get her back.
General, I'm sorry, but that's not my problem.
Well, I wish that were true.
I fail to see the part where that's my problem.
I can't lose her. You've no idea what the Empire is capable of.
I think they know by this point.
I had a wife once. I knew exactly what she was before we got married. We tried to hide it. And the Inquisitors found her anyway. So I know exactly what the Empire can do.
And all these Jedis and their secret marriages and stuff. It's almost like the non-marriage rule is a bad idea.
It's a water moon. Got this off the grid while it was being built. That's all we have. It's in the Mustafar system.
That's Vader's system.
Is Vader there?
We don't think so.
How far down do you think it goes?
Have no idea. It's their base of operations, so probably got a command center and training facility.
Truth is, nobody knows.
So are we retreading Fallen Order?
That's because no one will be stupid enough to attack them.
I'll go on my own.
You can barely stand. You're not getting in there. I'll go with him. Well, I have officer clearance. I can get you inside and I can get you access.
Is your cover still intact?
We'll find out soon enough. Not wasting time. Get my ship fueled and ready.
Nice knowing you. Oh, so does that mean the final battle between them is going to happen on Mustafar like the first time? Before, they don't see each other for another 9 years?
Well, maybe in the Mustafar system, but not necessarily on the planet of Mustafar.
The past is a hard thing to forget. You just need time. That's all.
Some things can't be forgotten.
Yeah, I don't see how you can repress all that.
We intercepted a transmission on Balnab last year. Bunch of talk of a secret network, a path. We thought it was a lie. But a safe house, like the one you were in, has been found in 2 systems. I need to find out where they are, Leia. And I think you know.
Dantooine. There are Dantooine.
If you tell me where the path is, you can go home to your family.
Bullshit.
This can all be over.
I don't know anything about a path.
Well, let's think a little bit harder, shall we?
I hope they're not going to torture her. Thank God nobody in the Empire is that observant.
Identification. No admittance without clearance.
I have Officer Class C.
Now, please.
Well, shit.
This isn't your sector. I can't let you through.
And you are?
I am the lead security on this level.
Then I'm your commanding officer, and you will address me as Sir.
Yes, sir, of course, but...
I should just inform the Grand Inquisitor of your insolence.
Hard to inform a dead man.
Do you know what classified means?
Yes, sir.
Why am I wasting my breath on you?
Yes, sir, of course.
Let it go. Now there she was channeling her Alaria Sand.
Oh yeah, we are totally retreading Fallen Order.
Meh. Is that a shark man that passed by?
I'm overriding an entry port. It should be right ahead of you.
As always, bigger fish.
Surprise! Mints!
See ya later.
They all float. Oh, really? You doing the mind read thing on her?
It's the sister contest.
Oh, she's resisting her. Oh, that might set up a red flag.
You're strong. The braver you seem, the more afraid you are. I learned that at a very young age as well.
Leave Lula alone.
I had a droid when I was younger too. It was taken from me. Look at this place. What are they keeping down there?
Where is she?
She's crazy. Secure sector. Just keep heading north.
Watch out behind you.
This is your station.
Tyler, can you hear me?
Oh, fuck. Thank God those droids aren't thorough. Look at that bitch. Don't worry, they'll miss like they miss everything else.
Over there. Let's go.
They're starting to use some more of that force power.
What happened?
I had some company.
Yeah, I got a body down. You might want to hurry up here.
It's been taken care of.
For now.
We're all on the same side here. These people, they'll leave you too.
I give her credit for not shouting at her.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's been doing to everybody else.
She's trying to get something from Leia.
I just don't want anyone to get hurt.
I give you my word.
That means what exactly?
I'll have to tell my father first. That's okay, right? You said we're all on the same side.
Let's try, princess.
Hmm.
I hope you like pain.
I'll never tell you where they are.
It's time to make those tears real.
Let go! Let go of me!
And her torture on the Death Star wasn't the first time she went through that.
What is it?
I think I've just found out what they're hiding down here. This place isn't a fortress. It's a tomb.
Are they all like sealed in amber or
Tell
something?
me what I want to know.
Say something! I'll tell you!
Then your choice is made.
Wow. So what, do they just like scoop up all of the dead Jedi bodies and just stick them down here? It's like a trophy?
I was told you cannot wait.
Ooh.
I was stationed on Rakusa when the hunt began. Ranking officer, qualifications for discharge. They're on Flora. They use the salvage business to launder goods, render new identities, and fly the Jedi out. I found evidence before the escape. Impressive. We need to direct all resources there immediately and take the network out at its root.
Yeah, not buying it.
You're lying.
Hmm. She does have that ability. Whoop. Surprise, bitch! You can't do shit.
You're alive. They told me you were dead. I didn't tell them anything.
Not for another decade.
Come with me. I'm gonna get you home.
What does not make sense is how an old man and a little girl escaped an Imperial checkpoint on your planet Unless they had help. I will not have my integrity questioned and admit you're a spy. Of course I am. I spent 2 years undercover, trying to find out where they were hidden. When Kenobi came, they panicked and I got inside. You expect me to believe this? Look, I couldn't tell anybody, but I promise you, he's on Flora.
She's a really good liar. Oh no. Shit. Freaking droid.
I do like a good liar. If the debriefing confirms it, then it's him.
Saved by the Ben.
I do like she knows where to hit them too, right in the helmet where they can barely see. You missed! How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you! Ooh. They gonna flood this place?
Again, retreading Fallen Order.
He tells her to hide. It's like she's in a narrow hallway. Where's she gonna hide?
Bend the window!
I don't think it's gonna do anything. Run! Run!
Get her out of here.
I mean, letting it break would be your escape, technically. Hey, you ever heard about the Book of Exodus? You ever heard the story of Passover?
Ready? Flush! Run, bitch! Run! At least that part was watertight.
Put this on.
The floating corpses. That doesn't look suggestive or anything. Pay no attention to the man with a bulky ass trench coat. Is it a Tuma?
Is that the Tuma?
I feel like the alarms are blaring, yet these people are just like wandering about. Fuck.
Child and an old man. Was it worth it?
Could use a distraction right now. Woof! The cavalry is here.
Snow speeders?
Sure glad they have really good aim. Oh. Hello, Joy. Hurry up.
20 nights in the ice is a long time when there's hostiles on the hill.
I got bitch.
God, you silly, just go.
She have like a saber handle on hers?
I mean, that's like the other Inquisitor's blades. Yeah.
Well, yeah, with a circle. She had like a half of it, you know, like a typical saber.
It folds out sometimes.
Okay.
Especially when they do the,
No, not Wade. Wade was such a good character. Ooh, you gonna get it? I think Vader needed to choke a bitch. Yep. Only knew this was happening. You better say something good to save yourself.
I put a tracker on the ship. Soon the location of the network and Kenobi will be ours.
Did you see her do that?
I did not. I will deal with you later.
No mistakes. You're certain the tracker is with him?
Yes, my lord.
You are so fucking lying.
Where he goes, it will follow.
For your sake, I hope so. I feel like she's lying though.
Might not be. Or at least not about where the tracker is specifically. Remember, she did have a hold on Lola.
Where's Wade?
Well, we knew there'd be casualties somewhere.
Guess you're soldiers now, after all.
Don't worry, Wade had a good life. All of the few seconds we saw him. He'll regenerate and become Deadpool. Well then, what now? No. I think you were right. Because I was wondering at first why she didn't crush Lola, so that's why. I mean, at first I thought it was because they already broke Lola once, wouldn't be rehashing to break her again, but now... well, shit. I mean, she didn't put it on Kenobi per se, but obviously wherever Leia goes, Ben will go, so... Gotta give her credit on that, although that means she was intending to fail.
You know, given her obsession, I would not be surprised.
So she knew Obi-Wan didn't die in the flames, lied to Leia, and pretty much was counting on him making it all the way to that system and getting her and then getting away. And then her living through it all and not being killed by Vader. I know the Jedi have clairvoyance to a point, but that seemed like she had to really look far ahead. It's almost like she read the script. Oh, what's that laying on the floor? Well, at least Leia's not kidnapped anymore. Probably the last time she will be, because otherwise they'd just be really retreading at this point.
Then again, doesn't seem like they're above that kind of thing.
Well, now she knows his real name, so people on the internet can stop fucking bitching about it. Because they're like, oh, but she called him Obi-Wan later. How does she know if he calls himself Ben? It's like, obviously he tells her later, duh. That was pretty tense. So let me get this straight. That whole bottom part of the base, that's them basically plucking up whatever Jedis they kill and solidifying their bodies and putting them on display.
It might be kind of like what happened in Rebels when they used Luminara as bait.
Ah, true. But, to have all of them, they even had the youngling, which means they basically scooped up that room full of dead younglings and then just put them in amber on display. That is 10 levels of fucked up.
I guess they call it a flex. Put some scare into anybody that is a Jedi sympathizer or whatever. And
it's underground, though. It's hidden on a base.
If they bring somebody to the base or somebody gets into the base, they'll use it for, I guess, interrogation purposes.
I guess. If this was after the original trilogy, they'd all be in carbonite. Then again, we wouldn't.
That was not lost on me at all.
Then again, we wouldn't see them as clearly. And then again, it's when you look at it that way, carbonite seems a bit backwards, because at least with this, whatever they put them in,
preserves them.
It preserves them and you could fully see them, whereas with carbonite, you can only really make out their silhouette. More examples of backwards technology that Star Wars has, and how, again, their continuity is all sorts of fucked. On the one hand, yeah, the good thing was that Leia got rescued, but overall this had a depressing tone about it.
Yeah.
And of course, we have that ending where it's shit, Lola has the tracker, that means the Empire's gonna follow them to their hidden base, and then that whole section's gonna be destroyed. Probably everyone there's gonna be killed. It's most likely gonna end up Obi-Wan and Leia one of the few people that make it out alive. He sends off Leia for her own safety, and then he faces down Vader himself. I just say, I like Tala and just how skillful a liar she is, because she does it so convincingly and so quickly. You wouldn't even pick up, really, that she was, putting on a facade.
It does make me wonder what side she's on, though.
I mean, she said she was in the Empire, and then she changed, and now she's been on their side. And wasn't they on a different planet, though? Would she give them that fake information where the base was?
I think so, yeah. But again, she might be a better liar than we're even giving her credit for, and that might be saying something. But obviously, we still have 2 episodes left. And
yeah.
We barely know who Tala is, so this could go places.
Yeah, I suppose so. It makes more sense now why in A New Hope they had to torture Leia instead of just using the mind thing, considering, how strong she is.
Sass is so strong with her.
She's clever, too. She's like, oh yeah, I'll tell you the truth, but let me see my daddy first. Yeah, other than that, not too much to say about this. He goes in, gets Leia, gets out, and now they're being tracked. Pretty much straightforward. I think it's all that matter now is whether or not the third sister can actually track them. Because Vader's going to off her if this fails, definitely. I mean, it's the only way that makes sense.
It's gotta be that. That or nothing.
Yeah, so join us next time for part 5, as we see what happens when the Empire tracks them down to the secret base. Until then, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And I could go for a swim. I could go for a nice, refreshing swim underwater. Let me just get my stormtrooper floaties.